The Headless Horseman rides tonight. More poems to trouble your sleep. Written by Jack Prelutsky. Illustrated by Arnold, Lobel. The Mummy. In the darkness of a sepulchre, beneath the shifting sands, the mummy stirs within its sheath of rotten linen bands. Inside its stone sarcophagus, beneath the pyramid, it moves its cloth-enshrouded hands and pushes back the lid. It arises in that chamber where no living thing has stepped, in that chamber chill and airless, where for centuries it has slept. Then it stumbles through the mazes of the labyrinthine halls, and with powers supernatural beats down the earthen walls. Now it walks the scorching desert, all its being filled with rage. Ancient rage it's borne for aeons, since a dim primordial age. And it staggers blindly onward, mud-encrusted, caked with clay, and it permeates the desert with the stench of foul decay. Now it must unleash its fury, spew the venom of its wrath, and woe to those poor souls who cross the mummy's mindless path. For the mummy will destroy them. They will perish, racked with pain. There is terror in the desert, for the mummy walks again. The Spectre on the Moor. In the ghostly, ghastly silence of the misty, misty moor, a phosphorescent spectre sets upon its twilight tour, searching for some hapless victim. It will find one, oh, be sure. It swirls about the vapors of the luminescent mist, with its tendrils slowly writhing, deadly purpose in each twist, and its grasp is cold and final. Not a creature can resist. Do not go there in twilight. Do not heed its dread allure. It will hold you and enfold you in such ways you can't endure, till you never leave the spectre on the misty, misty moor. The towering giant. In a darksome dominion, remorseless and cold, stands a towering giant, grotesque to behold. He hulks like a mountain, his head in the sky, and all who approach him will certainly die. The towering giant, by stretching his hand, turns trees into sawdust and rocks into sand. One stamp of his foot, and the mountain top shakes, and the winds turn to tempests with each breath he takes. Should you land in his clutches, he'll grind you into crumbs, or crush you into powder beneath his great thumbs. The towering giant, 1,000 feet tall, will reduce you to nothing at all. The Zombie. Upon your bed you sleep in pain, for nightmares whirl within your brain. You waken with a fearful start, as horror grips your heart. You sense a presence standing there, then all at once it meets your stare. A zombie waits within your room, and with it dwells your doom. and you shiver and you scream and you hope it's all a dream as the zombie nears your bed. The zombie spawn of voodoo's charms has come to take you in its arms. It longs to crush, it yearns to clutch, and lethal is its touch. It does not live, yet is not dead. Two sockets burn within its head. It does not see, it does not hear, it does not heed your fear. And you shiver, and you scream, and you hope it's all a dream as the zombie nears your bed. Closer, closer to your bed. Closer comes this thing undead. It nears you at a steady pace, and oh, its awful face. Closer, closer, closer still. The zombie nears with icy will. Its face remains expressionless as you feel its cold caress. And you shiver, and you scream, for you know it's not a dream as the zombie nears your bed. The Kraken. Deep beneath the foaming billows, something suddenly amiss, as a creature wakes from slumber in the bottomless abyss, and a panic fills the ocean. Every fish in frenzy flees, for the Kraken has awakened at the bottom of the seas. It rises to the surface with an overwhelming noise, and it hunts for mighty vessels, which it crushes and destroys. Then it chokes a great leviathan in one stupendous squeeze. Oh, the Kraken has awakened at the bottom of the seas. How it lashes, how it thrashes, how it flashes, how it flails, how it dwarfs the greatest fishes, even dwarfs the mighty whales. Nothing living in the ocean can enjoy a moment's ease, for the Kraken has awakened at the bottom of the seas. The Darkling Elves. In wildest woods on treetop shelves sit evil beings with evil selves. They are the dreaded Darkling Elves, and they are always hungry. In garish garb of capes and hoods, they wait and watch within their woods to peel your flesh and steal your goods, for they are always hungry. Through brightest days and darkest nights, these terrifying tiny sprites await to strike and take their bites, for they are always hungry. Watch every leaf of every tree, for once they pounce, you cannot flee. Their teeth are sharp as sharp can be, and they are always hungry. The Sorceress. In flowing dress, the sorceress begins her evil toil. She stirs her vat of filth and fat, and sees it seethe and boil. Midst hellish smells, she whispers spells, and does a deadly dance. Her words of death upon her breath, she slips into a trance. Higher, higher burns her fire, distant is her voice, Hades' whole takes one more soul, as demons there rejoice. In flowing dress, the sorceress falls swooning to the floor. Her brew grows cold, her tale is told. Her victim lives no more. The Invisible Beast. The beast that is invisible is stalking through the park, but you cannot see it coming, though it isn't very dark. Oh, you know it's out there somewhere, though just why you cannot tell. But although you cannot see it, it can see you very well. You sense its frightful features and its ungainly form, and you wish that you were home now, where it's cozy, safe, and warm. And you know it's coming closer, for you smell its awful smell. And although you cannot see it, it can see you very well. Oh, your heart is beating faster, beating louder than a drum, for you hear its footsteps falling, and your body's frozen numb. And you cannot scream for terror, and your fear you cannot quell, for although you cannot see it, it can see you very well. The Abominable Snowman. In the shadows of a mountain where the light is ever dim, and the snows are ever blowing, stalks a visage great and grim. Through the bone-benumbing wilderness he travels on alone. The Abominable Snowman is the name by which he's known. He wanders through the vastness of the cold and lonely slopes, and he watches and he wanders, and he hungers and he hopes, and he searches for his quarry, luckless mortal, small and frail, in that unrelenting whiteness where the winds of winter wail. Those who stray into the compass of that unforgiving place vanish from this earth forever, evermore, without a trace. There are none to see them suffer. There are none to hear them moan, as he tears them into pieces and devours them to the bone. The Abominable Snowman that few eyes have ever seen trudges homeward through the mountains where that home has ever been, homeward to his hidden stronghold that a mortal may not know. The Abominable Snowman disappears within the snow. The Banshee. The baleful banshee, pale and worn, frail and haggard, long forlorn, wails from midnight until morn, and her eyes are red with weeping. She combs her foul and filthy hair, and shrieks into the midnight air, and oh, my child, you best beware, she'll rouse you from your sleeping. She calls from near the river's side, and calling she'll not be denied. It does no good to run and hide, it's death she is forecasting. When she sings out a mortal's name, that life eternity shall claim, to substitute for earthly flame the slumber everlasting. Upon the night that she appears, to send her song into your ears, she'll not abide your pleas and tears, the banshee scorns your sorrow. So pray she does not come this night, if you would see this morning's light. Sleep well, my child, sleep fast and tight, and dream of sweet tomorrow. The Poltergeist. Something strange is flitting through your hair, but when you try to find it, nothing's there. You know, though, when it gives your cheek a bite. A poltergeist is in your house tonight. Your rocking chair is rocking by itself, and all your books have tumbled from the shelf, and something keeps on flicking out the light. A poltergeist is in your house tonight. The chandelier has shattered on the floor, and things unseen are rapping at the door. And when you look, no creature meets your sight. A poltergeist is in your house tonight. Within the kitchen, cups and saucers shake, and there before your eyes the windows break. And when it laughs, you scream with all your might. A poltergeist is in your house tonight. The Headless Horseman. The Headless Horseman rides tonight through stark and starless skies, shattering the silence with his otherworldly cries. He races through the darkness on his alabaster steed. The Headless Horseman rides tonight wherever the fates would lead. And he rides upon the wind tonight, he rides upon the wind. Galloping, galloping, galloping on, out of the great oblivion, galloping until the night is gone, he rides upon the wind tonight. He rides upon the wind. The Headless Horseman rides tonight, begarbed in robes of black, to bear a being from the earth, never to bring him back. He is evil's foul embodiment, with laughter on his breath. The Headless Horseman rides tonight, the minister of death. And he rides upon the wind tonight, he rides upon the wind. Galloping, galloping, galloping on, out of the great oblivion, galloping until the night is gone, he rides upon the wind tonight. He rides upon the wind. The Headless Horseman rides tonight, he rides the wind alone. Beneath his arm he tightly tucks his head of gleaming bone. His voice is harsh and hollow, it is horrible to hear. The Headless Horseman rides tonight to fill the earth with fear. And he rides upon the wind tonight, he rides upon the wind. Galloping, galloping, galloping on, out of the great oblivion, galloping until the night is gone, he rides upon the wind tonight. He rides upon the wind. The Headless Horseman rides tonight upon his fateful trip, with silvery scythe of steely death held fast in bony grip. He sweeps it swiftly back and forth as over the earth he glides, and none in the world is safe tonight, for the Headless Horseman rides. And he rides upon the wind tonight. He rides upon the wind, galloping, galloping, galloping on, out of the great oblivion, galloping until the night is gone. He rides upon the wind tonight. He rides